Is Professor Stacy Simone, and I am a faculty member here in the education department at St. Mike's. So I've actually had all of these students at one point, either as an advisee or in one of my classes. So it's so great to be able to honor them. We also have Professor Lee.
Hi, I'm Professor Catherine Lee. I'm in the education department. I've had a couple of you, but congratulations.
So, welcome students, families, friends, and faculty and staff. Today we come together to honor the new members of Kappa Delta Pi, inducting them into a prestigious national organization dedicated to the teaching profession. With this induction, students will join educators across the nation who are dedicated to teaching excellence and educating youth. Not only is this an induction ceremony, but it is a celebration of the effort, perseverance, and commitment to the education field that these students have demonstrated through their coursework to earn acceptance into Kappa Delta Pi. The students honored today have gone above and beyond in their education courses to show professional skills that will serve them well as practitioners working with youth. We are so proud to have these 8 students be a part of this organization. Inductees, you are now a part of a group of educational leaders, and I have no doubt that you will continue to model dedication to working with youth and a passion for helping students succeed. And KDP can help you on your path as an educator or practitioner working with youth. As KDP members, you will have access to professional development, career resources, and praxis study guides. Yay! Through the KDP website, you'll be able to unlock videos from the teaching channel, articles on the KDP blog, and the Rooted Teacher podcast, which will all help you continue to learn about education, equity, and student well-being. You'll also find resources for job searching and career development to help build your resume and prepare for interviews. And should you continue on in KDP when you enter the workforce, you'll find opportunities for classroom grants, free money, which is great. You'll also be able to make connections with other teachers and find resources specifically for new educator well-being. I encourage you to take advantage of your KDP membership and explore all the options that you now have available to you as a new member. So we're going to start the ceremony. Leading our induction ceremony today are Macy Ballard and Rachel Gavin, your KDP co-presidents this year. Macy is a senior double majoring in elementary education and English and is planning to take a 5th year at St. Michael's to continue expanding her studying and career in middle and secondary education. She is also a coach at our campus's Writing Center. And Rachel is a senior double majoring in elementary education and environmental science and is planning to take a gap year while completing the additional requirements for a Massachusetts teaching license. On campus, she is a purposeful learning peer mentor, and she is hoping to explore teaching opportunities based around environmental education or spending time in a teaching profession abroad. So, Macy and Rachel, come on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Members of the Omega chapter of Kappa Delta Pi, National Honor Society in Education, are now assembled to reaffirm faith in the ideals of our organization and to initiate into membership candidates who would sincerely commit themselves to a lifetime of educational excellence. Honor societies conduct rituals and ceremonies to impress upon members the ideals and duties every member should follow. KDP members participate in an initiation ceremony to celebrate their achievements, but also to recognize the responsibility that comes with such achievement.
So we will begin by sharing the values of our organization and asking that you consider their meaning. These values reflect our beliefs and our actions. So the first is excellence. In all walks of life, as a teacher and student, members strive for personal excellence. They do this because they recognize with clear sight that their excellence can serve others. It is not enough to seek advancement merely for self. The next is integrity. Members uphold truth and transparency, which is the necessary bedrock of all education. The relationship between those who teach and those who learn demands intellectual earnestness, noble intention, and consistency of character. The next is expertise. Members dedicate themselves to the lifelong pursuit of learning to become educators on campus, in the classroom, and in their schools. Through scholarship, they develop sound judgment for the benefit of their students and their profession.
Equity. Members pledge themselves to be fair and impartial. They recognize that action is required to produce equity. If our responsibility is the advancement of others, then it is our responsibility to eliminate what hinders that advancement. Diversity. Education can uplift all. It promises greater freedom and nobler vision, and these things belong to us all. We fully embrace the duty to serve all regardless of heritage, age, gender, sexuality, and ability. Empathy. We are aware of and sensitive to the emotions of our members, colleagues, and those whom we teach. Excellent teachers build thriving communities and create lifelong opportunities for all. We ask you now to take your place among us and within an academic legacy that spans a century.
So, members of KDP, I present these candidates who wish to make the mission and the values of KDP their own.
Rachel and Macy are going to read the candidates' names and bios. And candidates, as you hear your name, if you could stand up, and I will present you with your KDPs.
Adam Therian, Art Education and Art and Design. Adam said, I chose education because of my elementary school art teacher. She was my favorite teacher and inspired me to pursue art and continuously be creative. That is why I want to be a teacher, to inspire my students to explore their creativity and create art that represents them and of which they are proud.
Cassidy McNamara, Education Studies and Equity Studies. Cassidy said, I chose education because I firmly believe that education is intertwined with equity. I view education as an opportunity to address systematic injustice and make a difference not only in our students' lives, but in society as a whole. I see it as a fundamental human right that should be accessible, representative, and supportive of the needs of all students. Throughout my time at St. Michael's College, I have learned how to cultivate spaces allowing my students to discover the same joy and power in learning that I have experienced. In conclusion, education allows me to envision an equitable future for our world, as well as gives me the tools to create it.
Ethan Bushy, middle grades, secondary education, and French and English. Ethan said, I chose education because teaching was always something that I enjoyed, and so was English and French. So I figured that I may as well combine these interests. Whether it was working with peers or students younger, or in some cases older than me, there has been such an overwhelming joy and pleasure in teaching. While it is not completely unheard experience, the feeling of working with a student to build their understanding of something and see that click in their mind is a remarkable and incomparable feeling. I also love the constantly changing and sometimes challenging nature of teaching because it encourages me to continue to grow and adapt as both a person and educator.
Kate Henry, Elementary Education and Equity Studies. Kate said, I've wanted to teach since before I could even read. Through education, I am committed to finding connection and use my gifts to make positive change. For my current and future students, I hope to instill the courage to face the many scary realities and create a more just world. I am endlessly grateful for the support and love from my friends, family, and mentors in this work. You all give me the courage for this lifelong challenge.
Brooke Tucker, Elementary Education and Psychology. Brooke said, at a young age, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I always loved school and learning new things. I enjoyed, and still enjoy, helping my peers learn or understand a new concept. My experience with children in the past few years has only strengthened my desire to teach. I have found that children are so creative, intelligent, and curious, and I feel incredibly fortunate that I chose a career path that will allow me to work with such amazing human beings.
Jarrett Sweet, Secondary Education and Equity Studies. Jarrett said, "Education has always been a passion and a cornerstone of my studies. It has given me the space to be myself. It has allowed my passion for equity studies to be at the center of my educational values as a future educator. I am looking forward to furthering my education in this field and becoming an educator."
Nika Mitchell, Elementary Education and Art and Design. Nika said, "I discovered my passion for teaching during my freshman year of high school. Volunteering at a museum art camp, I fell in love with the idea of fostering inclusive and equitable environments where students could flourish and develop their skills. My passion for teaching grew from my love of learning, despite my various interests. I am grateful to my professors, support system, especially my amazing mother, for supporting and fueling my passion for education. This is just the beginning of my journey."
Amy Hyland, Elementary Education and Psychology. Amy said, "I chose education because my greatest dream is to become an elementary school teacher. I am forever grateful for all of the incredible teachers and professors I have had that have inspired me to pursue education to become a teacher. As a future teacher, I aspire to teach my students that there is a magic about each and every one of them that is all their own, and that is their superpower they can use to make a positive impact on the world. I hope to teach my students that when they let their light shine, they can inspire others to do so too, and can make the world a brighter place as we rise by lifting others. Most of all, I chose education because as a teacher, I hope to help my students follow their dreams, just as my amazing teachers have encouraged me to."
And the last is Kelly Simpson. She's not here today, but we'll still read her bio and recognize her. Middle, secondary education and mathematics. Kelly said, "I chose education for the opportunity to have a positive impact on the students in my hometown and provide a safe space for students."
And that is the last of our inductees, so maybe just one more round of applause for all of you. We will now relate the origins of KDP. Kappa Delta Pi, known as KDP, was founded on March 8, 1911, at the University of Illinois by Dr. William Bagley. KDP became incorporated on June 8, 1911. Annually, we celebrate March 8th as KDP's Founders Day. KDP has evolved over 100 years to become the largest national honor society in education, and you are proudly joined by 35,000 peers and more than 700 chapters.
So what does membership in Kappa Delta Pi imply? It implies fostering the high ideals of the education profession by assuming trusteeship of a rich professional legacy. It is our privilege and duty as members and educators to transmit this legacy. Candidates, do you accept the responsibility of transmitting this legacy? If so, you will answer, "I do."
What are the principles upon which KDP is founded? Education is a vital societal force that encourages universal welfare and individual progress. Education is the cornerstone of democracy and the foundation for personal fulfillment. Dr. Bagley penned KDP's motto, knowledge, duty, power. He declared these three words are fraught with the full meaning of the educational ideal. We present for your acceptance the principles that guide all members of KDP.
So the first principle is knowledge. This principle represents our commitment to advancement through continued education. As an educator, one will be faithful to the cause of free inquiry and strive to eliminate prejudice and superstition. One will not distort evidence to support a favorite theory, not be blinded by the new or spectacular, not condemn the old simply because it is old. Do you accept the principle of knowledge? If so, you'll answer, "I do."
The second principle is duty. We firmly resolve ourselves to a lifetime of service. Our duty is service to our profession, to our students, and to society. Our duty implies living so that others are strengthened and inspired. We toil to achieve justice, peace, and a better way of life for all. Do you accept the principle of duty? If so, you will answer, "I do."
I do.
The third principle is power. The principle of power represents the goal of our union, the will to change that which we cannot accept. We wield influence in society to benefit all, and yet we are wise to remember the weight and responsibility of this incredible obligation. Do you accept the principle of power? If so, you will say, I do.
I do.
We will now hand it back over to Professor Simone. Congratulations, everyone.
The purpose and principles of Kappa Delta Pi are now known to you. Are you ready to assume the obligation of membership in KDP? If so, you will answer, I am.
I am. Please repeat after me the obligation of KDP. I promise to abide by the standards of Kappa Delta Pi and to expand the influence of its purpose and principles.
So I promise to abide
I promise to abide
by the standards
by the standards
of Kappa Delta Pi
of Kappa Delta Pi
and to expand the influence
and to expand the influence
of its purpose and principles.
of its purpose and principles. Initiates, you have just taken upon yourself the obligation of KDP.
We greet you as colleagues in the quest for a full, knowledgeable, and useful life. We are united in a profession whose purpose is to inspire young and old to grow by using their heritage, to develop a concern for the needs of others, and to strengthen moral character and personality so that collectively, as members of KDP, we may be worthy examples of a rich, wholesome life. To these purposes and challenges, in firm faith, we devote our lives, so to teach that our words inspire a will to learn, so to serve that each day may enhance the growth of exploring minds, so to live that we may guide young and old to know the truth. So welcome to Kappa Delta Pi. I would now like to bring up Kevin, who will be doing our remarks today. Kevin, remind me how to pronounce your last name.
Pioli Hunt.
Pioli Hunt. Kevin Pioli Hunt. Thank you so much. This way.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So good to see you all. I'd like to begin by congratulating this year's inductees into the prestigious Kappa Delta Pi Association. Your induction today is a testament to your exceptional dedication and commitment to the field of education. This is a significant milestone. You should be immensely proud of yourselves. This is my class right now. I'd also like to extend a thank you to the Education Department for inviting me to share some remarks today on this special occasion. My name is Kevin Pioli Hunt. I'm a proud St. Mike's alum. I graduated back in 2012 and received my MED in 2015. I've also stayed involved with the campus through coaching the lacrosse team. I also host student teachers and am an adjunct professor here as well. I'm sure I share a similar journey into teaching as some of you in this room. I remember feeling an overwhelming calling as early as middle school, and teaching and coaching were what I was meant to do. My mom was an educator, and for me, witnessing the passion and joy that she received from supporting others, not only with new learning, but with finding the joy in the learning itself, was palpable and made a lasting impact on me. It was clear that I was filled with the same passion to facilitate a love and joy for lifelong learning in others. Choosing St. Mike's was an easy decision for me. The moment I met the education faculty and staff during one of the tours on campus, I felt an immediate connection. It was so evident that the people working here in this department possessed a profound love and reverence for this profession. This department had found the perfect harmony between academic rigor, high expectations, and a genuine compassion, qualities that would go on to permeate their work with pre-service teachers like myself. All right, now the middle school teacher in me is saying that's enough talking at you. We have to get you engaged a little bit. So here's what I want to do. Inductees, 20, 30 seconds here, private reasoning time. I want you to think about a moment in this program that's brought you a sense of joy. It could be a class that you took, a connection with a professor, something in your placement, a connection with one another. So think about some moment that brought you some feeling of joy while you were pursuing this major. Families, you can do this too. Think about a moment that brought you joy, anything to do with education or learning. So think about that for a few seconds. All right, now if you could, turn and talk with somebody near you and share that moment.
with the mindset? I think mine's kind of more, I feel like when I was in teaching social studies and I got like, I read this book, like, teaching social studies for, like, social justice. I was like, you can do that? Like, I didn't know that you could, like, equity and education were so intertwined. And, like, when I, like, understood that, like, that was like, oh, like, I can do all this politics stuff and actually make a difference.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. You feel that? You feel that energy, how that energy in the room just got so positive, so powerful? That's what this program does. That's what this profession does. All right? And it's just like that. Just hold on to what that is, that joy that you feel. All right? Hold on to those moments. So you all have your student teaching placements coming up in the near future. So I was beyond fortunate when I was here to be placed on an incredible team at Wilson Central School right down the road for my student teaching. This placement opened so many doors and opportunities for me as I ended up being a para on their team the year after I graduated, and then joined the team as a full-time teacher the subsequent year. We've now had the same group of teachers on that team for 12 years, and they are truly my second family. As you gear up to enter your own student teaching placements, I encourage you to do so with an open mind and open heart. This profession is not easy. It can become daunting to think about the various responsibilities that do come with this job. But I'd like you to always remember to give yourselves grace. Take the pressure off yourselves to know everything or always have an answer. Instead, strive to facilitate that very joy that we just felt in the room just a moment ago, and continue to facilitate the love for lifelong learning in your future students. I wish you all the best of luck as you continue on to the next chapter on this journey. Thank you so much.
Well, it was difficult to go after that. As a member of the KDP, you will exemplify the qualities of the teacher of excellence throughout the changes, challenges, and opportunities you experience. Your KDP journey includes being a member in a prestigious national community, being honored and celebrated for your calling, building your professional competencies, and receiving your ongoing support as you strive to provide a quality, equitable education for all. I now declare you members of KDP, National Honor Society in Education, pledged to be faithful to its principles and worthy to be bonded in fellowship with its members. Congratulations, member of KDP. This concludes our initiation ceremony. Please take a gift of your goodie bags, share them with your loved ones, and enjoy this somewhat beautiful day, and congratulations. All right. Good luck.
Oh, group pictures, don't leave.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Dad, are you going to stand behind?
Yeah, I'll put it on YouTube for everybody.
No, you can. They're going to take it. No, I think it's
That's tough.